Y'all are gonna get sick of me talking about the waltz, but here we are again. So yesterday I met with my director, Hillary, about our reading on the 19th of September, and I hope to see you there. And look, I love Hillary. I love her so much that because I hadn't eaten anything but a sandwich before my first glass of wine at 4 and a bowl of spaghetti before my third or fourth glass of wine, I lost count, I thought I'd sober up a bit before our meeting last night via Zoom. That's how much I love her. I love you, Hillary. All jokes aside, it was a wonderful meeting. Like, one reason I love working with Hillary is that we're both just in sync. She's part of my group of friends where we don't need extra words, and once any of us start saying one thing, it's like, oh my god, I had the exact same thought. All of us, when we were all together at Critical Crop Top, would all joke about how we had melded minds, and not in a weird cultish way because we were never exclusionary, but just in the, it makes working together so easy because we know each other. And so with Hillary, I just love her, and I am so honored that she's directing this reading, and hopefully more. But we'll need about $400,000 to find out, won't we? So we've come up with some exciting concepts. We've come up with some exciting concepts for the reading, and I'm honestly amazed at all the work going into this reading. I mean, it's barn raising, and I love, love, love that about filmmaking and theater making. Like, you're getting together and you're working on a project and you're bringing it to life, and it's like going into battle, but hopefully people don't die. I worked on the website for the film yesterday, and I worked some more on the scene book and a keynote presentation, putting together the music that corresponds to the scene so that if you're flipping through it, you really get a sense of the musical mood progression. Like, I'm really proud of that. Like, when I went into music yesterday and how it ties into my writing, like, I'm really proud of how I tied it all together. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by myself and the viewfinder and the fact that I am really digging this hair light. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I feel amazing. There's no possible way I could get all the songs I want when it comes time to shoot this, but maybe for an extra 100,000, we'll see. Also, yesterday, I met with Clarinda to talk about our next episode of Mass on September 11th, and our guest is going to be Voss Sanchez. Voss. I love Voss. Like, when I wanted to make Chipino earlier this year, you know who I called? Voss. And you know who held my hand virtually throughout the entire process? Voss. And it's amazing. So we're going to have our episode on September the 11th, where we will talk about food and comfort, which I feel really goes along well with that anniversary. And that reminds me, I was actually supposed to work on our promo videos this morning, but then my phone needed to update, and it took a minute, and I got sidetracked with working on the waltz, and the reason I needed my phone was because the videos that Corinne and I shot for our promo were on there, at least my section, because we were doing it digitally and not together, and long story short, so yeah, probably going to need to work on that this afternoon, because I need to get in time with Eddie. We have to do something tonight. Not that we have to, we just need to do something tonight, like have a date night, because I've got this week off. Well, the next several days, except for learning my lines for the Laramie Project. So, yeah, and the Laramie Project is going along. Like, we start going through the actual acts and bringing it all together because we had broken everything up by scenes, and I am really, really, really enjoying getting to know this cast. It's a wonderful group of people, and a sincere special shout out to our director, Ben Dawkins. He is thoughtful, he is helpful, he is nurturing to actors in the creative process. I guess I'm just so used to working in my own artistic bubble that when I step outside and it's not scary and it's a wonderful experience, it's just kind of like, it makes me really happy. So thank you, Ben, and thank you the rest of the cast. Like, I can't wait for us to bring it all together. And y'all are doing such tremendous work, and I'm just trying to keep up. And hold on, if I had a soapbox, I'd go ahead, a physical soapbox, I'd bring it out. Because also, I don't want any of y'all to get the wrong impression. I'm a liberal. I believe in many things. I'm black, trans, and queer. Eddie told me last night he teared up when the players walked off the court. I wish I had the privilege to turn off the news, but all these issues affect me. They affect all of us, whether we choose to believe or not to. I wish I could distract myself enough. I wish I could run, hide my head in sand, whatever. But I can't. So, when he told me about the players walking off the court, I too cried because That's pretty powerful. And it was all of the entire evening was contrasted by another spectacle going on. And like I said, I wish I could run. I wish I could hide my head in the sand, whatever. But I can't. And also because, here's the thing, when you know better, you do better. And here's where the real soapbox comes. There are some on the other side saying now that Jacob Blake deserved to die because he was a pedophile. Now, I don't know anything about the veracity of that and his sexual assault charges, if there were any. I need to go look it up, and I'm going to do some research. Besides that, though, what I do know is that everyone is entitled to a fair trial. That we can prove in the court of law. Police officers are not judge, jury, and executioner. None of us are. And we are all entitled to prove that in the court of law, except here's the thing. The system isn't particularly fair to brown and black bodies. So yeah, the protests and outrage are centered on people of color who are being killed. And you can nitpick their past and bring out the character, but at the end of the day, they are human beings who happen to be black and killed by the police, who are representatives of the state. And what I protest, and so many others protest, is the pattern that emerges when you look at how justice is distributed, and it is not distributed equally. Now, if we're going to get lost in hair-splitting arguments and miss the entire point, well, I'm not going to participate in that. And honestly, the lines have been drawn in the sand. I guess. I'm not going to change your mind because at the end of the day, it doesn't seem to affect your life, does it? And you're not going to change mine because my life is affected, and so are the life of my friends and family. And the thing is, your life actually is affected too. You just refuse to acknowledge it. So this isn't agreeing to disagree. This is refusing and an inability to see pain and justice on your part, not mine. Because I do try and see where you're coming from. I get that you're scared, you want to be safe, we all want to be safe, and we are all scared, and it's how we choose to respond to being afraid. So if you think the protests are all about just being violent and have, well, the protests are peaceful, or, well, he had a criminal record, exit stage left. So I'm going to continue to take solace in my art, as I've done since I was little. I will pour my time and energy into those around me, those in my community and circle, because really that's all I can do. That's my metro and my sphere of influence. Thank you, Bishop Jim Swilly, for that word. Am I over my soapbox? Who knows? Let's stay tuned for tomorrow. So, this weekend is a March on Washington, part 2. I have many friends on my social media feeds gearing up. And here's the other thing. Marches aren't easy. Then everyone going needs aid. And I know that all of our resources are spread so thin. But, number one, we the people. And number two, if you have a bit of spare coins, send them some. Help someone out in your life who's going to risk their safety and well-being to march for justice. Because here's the thing. Justice is not just for you and me, it's for all. My only regret is that I've not more to give. As always, keep bearing light as a being. I love you all, and until next time. Also, let me just add in that I'm really excited today because I'm going to Office Depot. Yeah. And I have not been probably since February. Oh my god. I miss you, Office Depot. I miss Target. I went for the first time to Target, in months. Wow, did not expect me to get that emotional about Office Depot and Target. But here we are. Alright, I gotta go to Office Depot. I'm gonna give you some more pins. I'm so excited.